A very good afternoon. With me today is Mr. Noor Ahmad, COO of MyCEB and also UFI Ambassador. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Mr. Noor. Good afternoon. My first question to you, Mr. Noor. In a mission to raise the BE industry, professional standards and enhance the mastery of skills among the industry players, MyCEB recently signed an MOU with UFI to introduce the UCP qualification in Malaysia. How will this qualification be offered to the Malaysia industry players as a whole?
Thank you, Edwin. This is a great question. I think first a general statement. In the business event industry, doesn't matter in whichever particular field or segment that we are working in, as function side, exhibition, corporate incentive, there's always a need for us to upskill ourselves, especially upskilling to meet the international standards. Specific for the exhibition industry, the UFI as one of the leading big organizations in the world provides the UCP program. Therefore, at the recent UFI Congress in Oman, we have signed a MOU because we have keen interest in how accept on behalf of the Malaysian community in the industry. We can work with them and bring the UCP to Malaysia. That is the first part of the process. But what more important is that we are working closely with them as we speak now to not only look at the current existing UCP program, but go into the content, how we can have at least one or two modules that really tied up to the local scene. Because the UCP program, as we all know, is a global certification program. Even though it is internationally standard, we still need to have some local element to ensure that it will benefit local industry players. More importantly, we also looking at the possibility to collaborate with UFI to see how we can also use some of our local trainers as talent part of the development of this local content, so that it can be also HRP appropriate.
Right. So at the moment, are there any specific guidelines that MyCEB has set as the prerequisite requirement and any target set as well?
In terms of the prerequisites, what we're looking at least one of the module out of the 9 that UCP provides will be of local content. That is one. And then we are looking at the ecosystem of at least between 15 to 20 people that will take up this UCP program. Hopefully they will pass the flying colors. When I said 15 to 20, this is a very small number because we know that we could achieve even more. But again, having said that, the industry, especially in the exhibition industry, is not huge. So, we are looking really at the higher level. This is more advanced level for them to join the UCP program.
Another thing that Mr. Noor yourself has mentioned today in the earlier session, the keyword here on collaboration, right? What further collaboration is MyCEB looking forward, especially in 2023 and beyond, for further growth in the BE industry?
Yeah. I think there's multiple level of things that we can do. It's just a matter of time, also a matter of resources for us to complete those tasks. If we look from the perspective of continued learning, we have already done with training previous last this year, and we also have done the CEM certification program with IAE this year. So 50 of our members have already graduated. We're looking at collaboration for upskilling, of course, with UFI UCP, and also we're looking at EIC, Event Industry Council, CMP certification, Certified Meeting Professional. So those are the immediate two on our horizon. But But of course, there are a lot of other certification out there. Like I said, there are many other certifications that can fit into our industry players, so that we can improve them further. That's from the training or upskilling point of view. But the collaboration also is limitless project. We already currently have the Asia Convention Line. We are one of the founding members with Thailand, Taiwan, and so as 4 destination comes to collaborate together. We are working on a project that during the AFECA Congress in Bangkok next year, all these destinations bring clients and have a convergence in Bangkok. What important is that the clients that we brought, we will bring to Bangkok will be of benefit to other destinations, and likewise the other destinations will bring their clients and benefit us. So this is the multiplier effect that we will see immediately in terms of new business lead generated from the convergence of the clients in Asia Line. We also have other types of collaboration that we have signed last year. Another good one is collaboration with Malaysia and Indonesia, but we have not been able to hit around to have firm activities here. But there's already a plan, a program between ASEAN and Malaysia industries to go into Indonesia and counterparts there. And hopefully we can also find time to fix next year to bring Indonesian aspiratory members and also industry players into Malaysia. So by doing so, there will be an opportunity for both countries' players to converge and work together. So this is some of the examples I can share.
Another very hot thing that many has been discussing is in regards to Malaysia's venue space. In the recent or even previous bidding experience of international events, is this criteria something that at times hinder Malaysia's opportunity in bringing in international events, as our largest venue today is approximately of 52,000 square meters?
Yeah. Thank you for the great question. So it's always, this is what we discuss with industry players. It's not for something for myself to decide what are the right size of venue space that we have to have for the country. We can't go out and say that we need at least minimum 100,000 square meters or 500,000 square meters just because those size sounds big and then we can accommodate the bigger shows. The reality is what the industry has voiced is what is the most important. We have sort of like concluded today that if we target into a specific high yield topics for exhibition, that is what more important than just a space. But over the coming years, maybe 5 years from now, definitely there is a need for the country to have a larger event space so that we can accommodate to the growth of some of the big shows. As we all are aware, one of the biggest shows in Malaysia is SMIF, National Furniture Fair. I'm sure that all of us remember that before the pandemic, the show has grown so much that it's being held over 3 different locations. It kind of like provide an opportunity for the exhibitors, buyers and visitors to go through 3 different facilities, but at the same time creates a logistical nightmare as well. So it's not so conducive. But if we have a huge exhibition center that can accommodate more than 50,000 or even 100,000, can we sustain the venue in the long term? Can we sell the whole space throughout the year? So I think a deeper feasibility study need to be done by the professionals so that we know what size really fits into our country. At the moment, the size that we have is something that we have to work with. And I think just like in the conference business, the largest plenary that we have in Malaysia is about 5,000 to 6,000 delegates at one time. And of course, we can't go out and bid for a conference that is 10,000 people. So to me, in a way that hinder, but in many ways that also allow us or provide us with the opportunity to focus not only in terms of topics, in terms of subject matters or the industry that we want to target, but also in specific size that we can cater. I think Malaysia is not a huge country compared to some other destinations around the world. So I think if we are mindful in terms of the size and focus, I think that would be more important.
We are coming to an end of 2022, and this is also supposedly the end of the Meet in Malaysia campaign. As of today, is there any new initiative that MyCEB will be announcing soon, perhaps, or any possibility of extending?
At the moment, I'm not in a position to make any specific announcement. But I think one of the key fundamental thing that we are looking at the Convention Bureau is that during the pandemic, it really has disrupted the whole ecosystem, not only at the National Convention Bureau, but also towards our industry. In some sense, it's good that we have rolled out a special initiative like 3R, also initiatives such as Meet in Malaysia campaign, which cater help to reboot the business event for the local community. But having said that, I think it is also important for us to look at the core business of MyCEB, which is to research and promote and bring in as many international business event activities in the country. For example, international conferences organized by international associations, trying to bring in new portfolios into the country, assisting homegrown events to get themselves more internationalized and attract more international delegates. That is at the core of our business. I think we need to go back to that quickly as the recovery is felt all over the world. We need to go back and bid for future conferences so that we can fill up our calendars in the coming years from 2023 to 2030. So it's not just what we do just for today. The COVID-19 has provided us with an opportunity for us to instantly react with campaigns such as MIM and so forth. But we need to be doing what we do best, and we need to go back to the fundamental, as it's also important to help us to move forward in the future.
Right. And actually talking about the COVID-19, it has actually gave us a very rough experience over the last 3 years. And has this actually changed the way that you make key decisions in your decision-making process over the year?
Certainly, in a lot of angles, it does affect decision-making process. In some ways, in some areas, we look at immediate impact. So that is going to be very transactional. That can provide some immediate business to our business event community. But more importantly, we also saw that it provides us with an opportunity to be more selective. We want to use this opportunity to turn Malaysia or reposition Malaysia as a smart destination, as what we have even discussed today, not only in the exhibition space, but as well as in the conference, international sporting events, corporate incentive. So we have to really be knowledgeable. We need to collaborate with the stakeholders to ensure that the type of business that we bring in, the type of business that we support, has high value. That's why we always say that business event brings more economic impact than the normal leisure tourist. But not just that high value, but what are other important values that they can bring to our community in terms of advancement, in terms of knowledge exchange, in terms of technology, and so forth. I think that COVID-19 does, in a way, disrupt and in our decision-making process to make ourselves and the destination much more better and more appealing.
And this is something that we would like to ask you in regards to your aspiration in 2023. And what will you be looking forward to, in terms of your personal vision for the BE industry?
One of the aspirations that we have is that we need to continue our work in advocacy. It is a multi-level activity in the sense that as we all in now, the Malaysia is moving with the new government, new aspiration. And of course, under the Ministry of Tourism, we certainly welcome the new minister and the deputy minister. Myself, as an agency under the Ministry of Tourism's Art and Culture, we need to provide the narrative of how business event industry can contribute to the Malaysian economy, can help to rebuild the nation, can help advance our population. So I think this narrative is super important because in the past we do talk about the number of delegates coming to Malaysia, the number, the economic impact. That is important, but we need to expand our narrative. Not just that. What else? What are the impetus of the business event can provide to the society at large? In particular, how it create long-lasting legacy, the impact to the society, and in particular to those involved in hosting those international events.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Noor, for your insights and sharing with us today. This is definitely something that we are going to look forward to in exploring further together with MyCEB and the industry as a whole. Thank you, Mr. Noor, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.